Like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget to subscribe to the podcast show. Link will be pinned in the top of the chat.
Just name the channel who can bang with us. I'll prove that you are smoking dust. GGB Media is top notch in this game, y'all. You failures only have yourself to blame, y'all. Cricket TV and a weapons make you suckers cry. Why don't you close your channel, crawl into a hole and die? Shout out to those who love our movement, no, we'll never flop. Until you get your mouth off LDBC. We are the underground outfit, y'all. We built this whole thing by ourselves, no in y'all. Independence start with self-preservation. If you can't take care of self, then how can you build a nation, y'all? Yup, we got that merch for the ladies and yes, we even got that merch for the babies and we got appliances and everything that you will need. We got some banging songs that make anemic haters bleed.
Yo, man, my bad, y'all. My bad for coming in here late. I apologize for that. I broke my finger in half at practice tonight, man. So I was in the hospital, man. Getting dealt with, man. My finger broke in half and it was just hanging down. I couldn't even put it back up. I will show y'all a picture, but I don't want to gross people out from seeing that. So yeah, I'm not even gonna put the picture up on YouTube. And that joint hurts so bad right now, and the medicine is bringing it down. So it's kind of like helping me with the pain right now. But that joint's hurting so bad. Oh my God, bro. So yeah, man. My bad, y'all. So let's get right to it, man. Salute everybody tapping on in, man. Y'all already know what's up, man. Yeah, man. So Diddy's up against it, man. The judge is not the jury. You know what I'm saying? The judge is the judge. He sees things differently than everybody else. The judge is not playing these games. You know what I'm saying? The judge, once again, he understands the actual law. So, people can come on YouTube and say whatever they want to say on YouTube, but if they don't know the real law, I mean, it's stupidity. You know what I'm saying? The judge has went down the book on this situation. And that's the reason why it's going to be hard for Diddy to win any appeals, because the judge is taking his time on every single thing meticulously. He's went through every single detail. And it's going to be hard for Diddy to get anything that the judge rules overturned because, as I told y'all, first of all, Diddy's already complimented the judge on record for doing a great job. Secondly, everybody keeps saying that the violence and all the stuff was acquitted during the trial. That's a lie. Diddy's lawyer admitted to that. That's the part y'all got to understand. Under oath, in a courtroom, open courtroom, Diddy's lawyer slammed Diddy by admitting to him being extremely violent. Them admitting that and trying to use it as domestic violence. Cassie's mom's letter told y'all exactly what I was telling y'all. If somebody willingly do everything that you want them to do, why the hell you gotta beat them? That's the question nobody can answer. Nobody can come on here with a straight answer and tell me. Can't none of these capping YouTubers, none of these dudes, can't nobody give me a straight answer. Why do a man have to beat up on a woman if she's doing everything he want her to do? Why is there domestic violence? If Cassie was doing every single thing that Diddy wanted, why did he need to use domestic violence to beat her ass up? Why? Just make it make sense. Why was he doing it? You had many of the freak off workers say they saw beatings and stuff going down during the freak offs. This is all on record, right? That's a part of the Mann Act, the transportation for solicitation of prostitution. It has, and if you do your research, it has enhancements for force, fraud, and coercion. This is what the judge said when he denied Diddy's bail in the court. The judge seen all the evidence that we didn't see in the court. So the judge knows everything. That he can't use stuff that Diddy was acquitted on, but he can use things that was in this trial. Because you got to understand one thing. Diddy was acquitted on RICO. That's organized criminal organization. Diddy wasn't acquitted on not beating Cassie. He admitted that. That was on tape. And his lawyers admitted that. So that is a form of force. That is a form of coercion. The drugs, they admitted that. That is a part of coercion. The drugs usage. That's the part y'all don't understand. That's the part I don't think these people really understand. So when everybody say, oh man, they're giving Diddy a raw deal. No, they not. They're not. They're literally going by the law. And this is why he's not going to be able to win any appeal. He's not. This idiot burned all his bridges. He talked shit about Donald Trump, not knowing Trump was going to win the election. And it backfired on his ass. Because Donald Trump is going to leave his ass high and dry. Donald Trump got other shit to worry about other than P. Diddy. He got this whole Epstein thing over his head. Donald J. Trump has an entire Epstein thing where he has dudes that were formerly in his cabinet, a part of his administration. Steve Bannon, Elon Musk, all these dudes had links to one guy, the late Jeffrey Epstein. So Trump, he got his own situation. But I know y'all don't want to talk about that. Y'all want to talk about this guy right here. So he's not fitting to free this dude. This dude sat up there talking all this trash. Man, Trump gonna let his ass sit right there. And Diddy can try to use any flex he want to use on Trump. That's not gonna work. So for all y'all dudes that's sitting out here saying, oh, Cassie got $20 million. You niggas is sick. See, that's y'all's mentality. Beat the shit out of the girl, pay her, and tell her to shut the fuck up. That's not how life goes. Right? That's not how life goes. Let me tell y'all this right. And see, a lot of these niggas, they wouldn't want dudes treating their sisters like this. They mothers like this. They daughters like this. So it's sad to see how they react in this situation. We've already seen all on YouTube what domestic violence does. It brings about more violence. It brings about death. It brings about murder. Case in point, Rashida from Love and Hip Hop, her son murdered another man for putting his hands on his sister. See, people don't take this shit seriously until stuff like that happens. Right? This man committed murder because his sister's boyfriend was putting the beats on her ass. See, this is all the different things y'all got to think about. See, it could have got real ugly for Diddy if some of these girls had brothers that was standing on business, but it doesn't seem like Cassie had no big brothers. It don't seem like Jane Doe and them had no big brothers. So they was just getting their ass whooped. But the judge don't came out today and laid the smack him down on his candy ass. And the judge says, and the paperwork's right in front of you. Shout out to the Diddy docket for dropping it like it's hot, like he always do. The judge says, straight up, and he comes right out in the first paragraph. I mean, this ain't even, what else are we doing? You're not really built for this ish. You understand what I'm saying? He come out in the first paragraph with the rock bottom. This ain't even a game. First paragraph, 16-page write-up. First paragraph, get your ass out of here. I'll see you on Friday, sucker. After an 8-week trial, a jury convicted Sean Combs of 2 counts of transporting people for prostitution under the Mann Act. Before the government rested his case, Combs moved for acquittal under Rule 29. The court reserved its decision under Rule 29B, and Combs renewed his motion after the verdict. He also moved for a new trial, Rule 33. For the following reasons, both of the motions are denied. Now remember all these bums told me Diddy getting out today, he going home. He gonna do time served. He gonna do all this. You guys is, like I said before, man. Get y'all life right, man. As far as how y'all moving, bruh. I don't care what it is. I don't respect no nigga beating up on chicks. The same way I don't respect these chicks putting their hands on these dudes. I don't respect it. And I want y'all to really think about this. This will really make it diabolical about Diddy. Bro, you got to beat up chicks and people that work for you and all these. You got to control all these people's lives, is what they alleged. You got to beat up on all these people, bro, just to keep them under your control, right? Allegedly. That's what they alleged you did. We ain't even say allegedly because you did it. We saw you doing it on tape to Cassie. And you got people on YouTube that will say, right, in oversized dress shirts, right? They'll run around here talking about everybody's lying on Diddy, but won't talk about how Diddy fucking lied when Cassie came out with them allegations in that lawsuit and said that this nigga was beating on her. And Diddy said they were all lies and he would clear his good name. Why do you want to talk about that? Why do you want to talk about how Diddy lied? And then when the infamous video dropped, what did they do? They made excuses about who put the video out, not what was in the video. Let's not play this game. I'm surgical with this thing. I could have broke the left finger on my left hand. My right hand's still good, baby. I'm surgical with this thing. Right? So, see, that's the part people not talking about. They always talk about, hey, man, all them chicks lying. What about Diddy? He's the biggest liar out of all of them. Diddy said he was going to protect his good name, and it was enough of all of these allegations against him from Cassie, and that they were all lies. Go read his statement. Then when the video dropped, everybody that was dogging Cassie, hey, they shut the fuck up. The niggas lean back. The niggas like, hold on, shit, man. I don't know, man. Shit, hey, nigga, that's on tape, nigga. Right? That's on tape. Right? And now, and you heard about all the other shit that was happening off tapes. And so then niggas, they moved the goalposts. And they said, oh, man, them chicks hoes, man. You know what I'm saying? They wanted that shit. They wanted to get beat. Okay. So if they was hoes, right? Let's just go by that. Let's just say them chicks was hoes and they wanted to get beat. They wanted to get dealt with. They was hoes, man. Come on, man. I mean, bro, come on, man. They knew what they signed up for a ticket. They was some hoes, man. Okay. Well, let me ask you this question. Do you smell what the Rock is cooking? Do you smell what the Rock is cooking, boy? What about her? What about her? She black. See, I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is where I call out all these capping ass, fake ass, pro-black niggas. They ain't pro-black. They pro-bullshit. Because if you pro-black, once you see a beautiful black sister like that on the right-hand side of your screen, that's doing a legitimate job, being a chef, and she got to go to work and get her ass whooped, Leslie, by this nigga? Assaulted, verbally, physically, and all this other shit? But ain't nobody got nothing to say. And like I said before, here's the fake revolutionaries of these niggas. If that nigga looked like George Zimmerman, just take Diddy's picture out and put George Zimmerman right there. And if George Zimmerman was accused of doing that stuff to that same girl, these niggas had a Million Man March. They would have been demanding justice. They wouldn't give a fuck what happened, how much. They wouldn't care what he got. They won't want his ass out of here. But since it's Diddy, niggas gonna shut their mouth, lean back, and make excuses and ignore the shit. And then they wonder why people don't come out and say nothing. Because this woman who was just doing her job, she's a chef. She was doing her job. Beautiful black sister doing her job. She got to go to work and get her motherfucking ass whooped. And because we got lame ass, shucking and jiving ass niggas running around here, don't nobody want to take up for these women. That she ain't no 304. She wanted no freak off. She wasn't in no sex videos. She didn't have nothing to do with none of that shit. She was the cook getting her ass whooped. Imagine how diabolical you got to be to beat the shit out of a fucking cook, nigga. To push a cook down some stairs, allegedly. How diabolical do you have to be? And his lawyers admitted that he's an extremely violent person in the trial. Those statements right there buried his ass. Because you can't say this was acquitted because his lawyers admitted. And how much do you want to bet? I guarantee damn well to you, come sentencing on Friday, the judge is going to quote Diddy's team's own statements. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You can't appeal your own statements in court. See, Diddy was acquitted of RICO. That's racketeering. That's criminal organization. Diddy was acquitted of sex trafficking. Diddy was not acquitted of using personal force, fraud, and coercion against those women in the Mann Act. He wasn't acquitted of that. See, that's the part y'all got to understand. Diddy's lawyers stood up there and admitted he was a very, very violent man. Can't take that. You can't appeal what you said in court. See, that's the part where I stir fry niggas, right? So they'll come out here and talk about all this other shit and bring all this shit. Ain't no appeals going on. See, you can do all the videos and cry all you want on YouTube, all these bums. But guess what? At the end of the day, Diddy's set up there in court and said the judge is doing a great job. So how can anybody say the judge is unfair? And then I want y'all to think about this. Bro, I'm just cut from a different cloth. I don't rock with no dudes who be getting bust put all over they and rubbing it in and licking it. I'm sorry, I can't rock with you, bro. I just can't defend. I can't stand up for that. This is just nasty. Like I said, this is the new era that we living in, where that type of stuff is acceptable. All this whole weirdo, I don't even want to go there. Right? Like I said before. So the judge came out, and the judge says in his paperwork reasons why he's denying. These are the reasons why he's denying Sean Diddy Combs, right? The judge said, he said deny both. I'm denying both of them. So the judge says that the government first indicated that Diddy in September of 2024, right? Oh, excuse me. The government first indicted Diddy in September 2024 for violations of the Mann Act, for sex trafficking and for a racketeering conspiracy. In his third and final indictment, the government's case was built on Diddy's actions beginning in 2004 and continuing over the next 2 decades. The government alleged that Diddy arranged and paid for men to travel across the United States and internationally to have sex with Combs' girlfriends, Cassie and Jane. And let me stop right there, because I'm a stir fry all these niggas. I'm gonna completely stir fry these niggas. This ain't even gonna be. This gonna be some bros barbecue type shit, right? Now, remember all these dudes that was running around YouTube saying, "Hey man, it was Cassie and Jane paying the sex workers." You niggas are some double talking dudes. How can you say it was Cassie and Jane paying thousands and thousands of dollars to these sex workers, and y'all the same niggas saying that they ain't had shit, they was broke? Which one is it? Was they broke or was they rich? Was they leeching off Diddy or was they not? Make it make sense. You can't be a broke chick leeching off Diddy, right? If you got bread to constantly pay thousands and thousands of dollars for sex workers all the time. Cut this shit. Cut it out. Well, let's keep going. So, the government alleged that Combs paid and arranged for all these things, the judge says. Further, the government alleged that Combs transported Ventura and Jane to have sex with those men, gave them illegal drugs, and physically abused them. This, the government argued, was the product of Combs' enterprise, a criminal organization comprised of Combs, his businesses, and employees. On the government's telling, that organization existed for lots of reasons, not only to run a global business in the media, entertainment, and lifestyle industries, but to fulfill personal desires of Combs, particularly those related to Combs' sexual gratification. The case went to trial. After the government rested, Combs moved for acquittal. That motion focused mostly on racketeering and sex trafficking, but also contested the Mann Act charges. With respect to the Mann Act, Combs argued that the escorts who testified didn't travel across state lines, that they were disavowed, and that they were paid for sex or engaged in prostitution, and that they sometimes were paid and even when they didn't have sex. Right? The court withheld its decision, and the charges went to the jury. The jury agreed with Combs about the sex trafficking and racketeering charges, acquitting him of both, but it disagreed with Combs about the Mann Act, finding him guilty. Combs now renews his Rule 29 motion and moves for a new trial under Rule 33, right? So then the judge went through the legal standards and all these other things, right? Just breaking these dudes down, you know, to the molecule. You know what I'm saying? And it's just hilarious when you read the paperwork, how the judge just chopped these dudes down. Yeah, he just went right at Diddy, right? And I'm telling y'all what it is, man. You know what I mean? The judge stir-fried these dudes, right? So it says at trial, Diddy proposed that the jury instructions define prostitution as engaging in sexual activity for money or its equivalent, right? The court adopted Diddy's definition in its instructions to the jury, which proceeded to convict Diddy under that definition. Then Diddy changed his mind. Now he argues that his proposed definition was all wrong. Prostitution, he says, instead requires either that the defendant have a commercial motive, that the buyer has sex with the seller, or both. That would mean that there was never any prostitution involving Combs who lacked a financial motive and didn't directly have sex with any of the men he hired. On his telling, applying a broader definition would create constitutional problems. These arguments don't hold water for the reasons below. Diddy didn't forfeit or waive these challenges, right? The judge says the first question is whether Diddy can bring a legal challenge to his conviction on Rule 29 motion. The government contends that Diddy should have made his challenges earlier in Rule 12, and so he forfeited them, and that the instruction given to the jury on the definition of prostitution was his own devising, and so he waived any claim of error. Neither argument persuades the court. First, Diddy can bring his legal challenges under Rule 29 despite not raising them earlier. These challenges are routinely made and decided by the courts in this circuit, including the Second Circuit itself, and he gave cases. He says, second, Diddy didn't want to waive his arguments concerning the definition of prostitution by proposing the instruction the court gave. To be sure, this case involves an unusual series of events. Diddy proposed the instructions and the court adopted it. Now Diddy says that it was wrong the whole time. Ordinarily, the invited error doctrine would bar this kind of challenge to the instructions, and he showed cases. But Diddy argues that his Rule 29 motion doesn't challenge the jury instructions, but instead turns on what the definition of prostitution should be. On that view, the jury instructions aren't relevant to his arguments. Diddy is right. In Muscasio versus United States, the Supreme Court held that a reviewing court's limited determination on sufficiency review does not rest on how the jury was instructed, though that holding addressed only whether the due process clause requires that an appeals court abide by erroneous jury instructions given below that tagged a defendant. The Second Circuit extended the reasoning shortly afterward in United States versus Blasek. It held this principle also applied when the jury's instructions disadvantage a defendant, right? So basically, he says there, like here, Diddy failed to object to the jury instructions, but then challenged the evidence based on a different interpretation under Rule 29, right? So the judge, listen, let's get to this, right? The judge has stir-fried this nigga. See, I'm going to tell y'all something. This judge got a computer in his brain. He's not an idiot. This judge has a law. See, Diddy's lawyers, Diddy got all them lawyers, and they ain't smarter than the judge. This judge have a computer in his brain. He sat right up here and broke Diddy down by the molecule. The judge, he looked like one of them dudes that got a computer in his brain. He ain't playing with this dude. He hit Diddy with everything back that Diddy was saying. So I want y'all to think about this. Diddy, they went with Diddy's definition of prostitution to the jury instructions. And the jury found Diddy guilty under his definition of prostitution. And now Diddy's complaining because they found him guilty when the judge allowed the jury to use Diddy's definition of prostitution. Make it make sense. That's a capping ass Negro. So the judge is going to let you use that. He let the jury use your instructions on what the definition of prostitution was. They still found your stupid ass guilty of that. And now you coming back saying, nah, that ain't right. No, take this L, nigga. And then everybody talking about the judge unfair. No, nigga, y'all need to check the paperwork, nigga. Check the paperwork, nigga. Right? The judge says prostitution means sex for sale, nigga. Period. Simple as that. And then he breaks down all of this shit. And then he says that Diddy doesn't need a financial motive. Everybody been running around here lying, talking about some, yeah, nigga, I know the law. See, you got to have a financial motive for it to be the Mann Act. Know your role and shut your damn mouth, says The Rock. Know your role and shut your damn mouth. You just shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Know your role and shut your mouth. Matter of fact, let me put this on the screen. I'm going to put this one on the screen. They didn't know they roll and shut their damn mouth around here. Let me put this on the screen for y'all, man. Because they all know I was never capping, nigga. I was never capping. Let me put this on the screen for y'all. Something really wrong with these dudes. Hey, man, because I'm going to tell you something, man. They railroading Diddy. No, they ain't, nigga. Straight like that. No, they ain't. Let's put it on the screen, y'all. This is what the judge had to say. Stir-fried this nigga. Read it right here. Number 2. Diddy, the defendant, need not have a financial motive. Combs first argues that prostitution in the Mann Act requires that a defendant have a financial motive. Did he argue that? There is nothing in text of the statute to support this requirement. And it doesn't make any sense in this context. Diddy wasn't convicted of prostitution, but rather transporting others for prostitution. There you have it right there. The judge stir-fried this nigga. This is absolute Big Bros barbecue, nigga. Let's read this again. Diddy was convicted of. Listen to how the judge stir-fried this nigga. This is stir-fry. Diddy. Let's go read over again. We're gonna have read along with Barney and friends. I love you. You love me. We're a happy family with a great big hug. Yeah, that type of shit. Look at this, y'all. Combs first argues that prostitution in the Mann Act requires that a defendant have a financial motive. There's nothing in the text of the statute to support this requirement. And it doesn't make any sense in this context, says the judge. The judge says that Diddy wasn't convicted of prostitution, but rather transporting others for prostitution, the Mann Act, idiot. Diddy seems to be conflating two things: the definition of prostitution and the motive of Diddy, who transports someone for prostitution. The statute requires only the intent that the transported person engage in prostitution. Law 18 USC 241-21A. I wonder if Big Suit gonna answer this. This is stir-fried, nigga. Absolute cook. Combs' argument imposes an additional mental state requirement for the transporter and grafts it onto the word prostitution. a word that by itself doesn't contemplate anybody but the parties involved in the sex act. What happened in this case was transportation for prostitution. Even under Diddy's understanding of the term, Diddy transported the escorts who were financially motivated and intended for them to engage in prostitution. Whether Combs himself was financially motivated never enters the calculus. There's no bias to adopt Combs' proposed financial motive requirement for the defendants in the Mann Act cases. Stir fry. The judge absolutely goddamn kicked this dude drawers up his ass. Point blank period. Like point blank, he kicked his drawers up his ass. Straight like that. Straight like that. And the judge keep cooking this nigga too, talking about, hey man, a bilateral exchange of money for sex is not even required in this case. It's not even required. The judge stir-frying Diddy. Point blank period. Stir-fried his ass, right? This is crazy. Then, he gives all these reasons why he says exactly what he says. He don't went on with a whole bunch of other shit, gave reasons for all this. The judge broke this down like an encyclopedia on this bum, right? This is crazy. So Diddy was saying there was sufficient evidence to convict, or the judge says there was sufficient evidence to convict under the definition adopted, right? It's crazy. He says Diddy's fact-based challenge also fails. Diddy argues that the evidence wasn't sufficient to convict him under the definition of prostitution used at trial. To sustain the conviction under the Mann Act, one of the dominant purposes of the transportation must be for the transported individual to engage in prostitution. See United States versus Miller. It need not have been his only purpose or motivation, but it must have been more than merely incidental. Combs' arguments all sound in the same tenor, that even if he paid escorts and they had sex with Cassie or Jane, he didn't intend to pay for sex at the same time of interstate travel, right? Instead, he meant to pay only for their time. If they ended up having sex on that time, and even if that was foreseeable, it wasn't the object of the transaction, is what he's saying that Diddy was saying, right? So he just went on stir frying this dude, man. It's crazy, right? It's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? The judge just went in, he just went on this nigga, man. He also said no new trial is warranted under number 13. He says Diddy says that he should get a new trial under Rule 13 because his RICO and sex trafficking counts shouldn't have been joined together with the Mann Act counts. The evidence introduced to prove the former, he says, spilled over and prejudiced the jury against him on the latter. These challenges are difficult to prevail on, the judge says. As a general matter, a Rule 33 motion should be granted only with great caution and in the most extraordinary circumstances. On top of that, a defendant arguing prejudicial spillover bears an extremely heavy burden. A court considers, one, whether the evidence that was related to the dismissed charges of the type would incite or arouse the jury into convicting the defendant. Two, the similarities and differences between the evidence relating to the dismissed charges and the evidence relating to the remaining charges. And three, the strength of the government's case on the remaining counts. The government argues that these factors shouldn't come into play and that Diddy's argument should be summarily rejected because there's no precedent for a new trial based on a retroactive misjoinder following a spilled jury verdict. Putting aside whether that's correct, Combs disagrees. It is certainly correct that Diddy is asking the court to find a retroactive misjoinder in an unusual circumstance. He says that the evidence was introduced on the RICO and sex trafficking charges prejudiced him on the Mann Act counts, but he was acquitted on the RICO and sex trafficking counts. So his claim is that the jury was prejudiced against him because the evidence of racketeering and sex trafficking, but still didn't find him guilty of those same counts. As Diddy concedes, the Second Circuit has never found spillover prejudice when the jury acquitted the defendant on allegedly prejudicial charges. That's for good reason. The absence of such spillover is most readily inferable when the jury has convicted a defendant on some counts but not on others. When the jury was able to distinguish between counts or between defendants and to assess separately the evidence pertinent to each, there's no basis for concluding that a new trial is warranted. As a result, the typical articulation of the retroactive misjoinder is that it kicks in only after later developments, such as a district court's dismissal of some counts for lack of evidence and an appellate court's reversal of less than all convictions render the joinder improper. None of these scenarios ponders a split verdict. Nevertheless, the court declines to summarily reject Diddy's argument without reaching the test. Applying for relevant factors, Diddy fails to carry his heavy burden of showing spillover prejudice, right? The court takes the factors in reverse, starting with third. The strength of the government's case, as described earlier, the government at trial presented overwhelming evidence of Diddy's guilt under the Mann Act on many occasions with respect to both Cassie and Jane. The evidence consisted of testimony from Cassie and Jane, testimony from escorts involved, and evidence from text messages and emails. The government proved its case many times over, says the judge. That by itself might be enough to dispose of Diddy's challenge, but other factors don't do much to help Diddy either. He concedes that under the second factor, the inflammatory evidence would have been admissible anyway on a separate trial for the remaining counts. Then his claim of spillover prejudice likely fails. That narrows any factual challenges to evidence unrelated to the Mann Act charges, like arson or forced labor, to give a few examples. But on the first factor, it isn't all clear that this evidence worked to incite the jury or prejudice Diddy. It weighs heavily that the jury declined to convict him on any of the counts related to that conduct. Had the prejudice indeed been so great, one would expect the jury to convict on the most relevant counts before it could spill over and infect the others. A new trial for Diddy is not warranted. For these reasons, Diddy's motions are both denied. Get his ass out of here. And I added that part in. And so what the judge is saying, y'all, Diddy's cooked, man. The judge is saying that he said they proved that many times over on the Mann Act. And I told y'all, the judge already gave y'all a hint. He told y'all when the day they thought Diddy was gonna walk out, when he got acquitted of the Mann Act, we got acquitted of sex trafficking and RICO, the judge sat up there and told Diddy, bail denied. $50 million bail denied. The judge told that man straight up. He said, ain't no amount of money gonna make me change your verdict. You have came in here and your legal team have admitted in open court that you are a very violent man. Saying the same thing. You admitted all the things that Cassie and them was saying. Your team admitted this. So everybody keeps saying, man, that shit wasn't proven. It was all gone. No, it ain't, you big dummy. Diddy's lawyer sat up there in open court and admitted to it. That's why the judge said in his writing, when he denied Diddy the $50 million bail again, that there was evidence of force, fraud, and coercion. And now, ladies and gentlemen, because Diddy has been fighting this, trying to change the rules, hadn't really showed remorse, bro, I see the judge coming to lay the smack of down on Friday, bro. I'm going to tell y'all right now, man, the way I feel right now, I think the judge can go from anywhere from 8 to 20. I told y'all, the judge is not the jury. And listen, everybody keeps talking about it's not fair. Know your role and shut your mouth. The man is facing up to 20 years. The judge has great latitude. He has great latitude. The judge can give Diddy whatever he wants. He can go from time served to 20 years. The discretion is on the judge. These bums keep talking about, oh, the sentencing, the sentencing. Man, the judge can do the hell he want to do between and up to 20 years. Period. Other cases, the judge have had people who were sorry, sincere, so he went a little bit under the probation office recommendation. Now, bro, the way the judge is talking, man. Remember I came in, I was the first one to told y'all on YouTube that I said, man, judge might mess around and get this nigga the same 10 that Shine got. I'm starting to feel this nigga finna do a 10 or more. I'm starting to feel the judge is gonna go between 10 and 20. I'm gonna say 8 to be safe. But I don't think he doing no less than 8. And then what's gonna happen is the whole narrative is gonna shift. I'm gonna tell y'all what's gonna happen. The entire narrative is gonna shift, right? Here's what the narrative is gonna be after that. TMZ, all these other outlets, now they're going back to Trump again. It's gonna be a hard push back to Trump. And like I told y'all, Trump got his own situation going on. Trump got to explain why in the hell Elon Musk is allegedly, now I ain't gonna say allegedly, why is Elon Musk in those Epstein files? They said in the Epstein files, Elon Musk was supposed to be going to Epstein's island. Make it make sense. Months before Jeffrey Epstein was convicted in 2019, Steve Bannon was supposed to meet up with this dude. You think when Trump got all that stuff on his helmet, and then MAGA, they already don't like itty bitty. They don't like Diddy. Y'all don't already heard Megyn Kelly and all these people came out and said, they said, man, if you pardon him, that's it. I'm telling y'all, man. But they're going to shift back to try to put the weight and push it on Donald Trump. The one thing I've seen about Donald Trump is a survivor, bro. That fool don't care. He going to find a way to weasel his way out of everything. I'm telling y'all this. So it could be 100 more allegations that come out with Trump. He going to find a way to weasel his way around all of it. He ain't going to worry about none of it. But Diddy, on Friday, I'm just going to tell y'all, man. I think it's going to be a lot of tears in that courthouse, man. I'm be honest with y'all, man. You know, I think the judge, see, I'm going to tell y'all something. And I'm gonna show y'all something. Think about all the artists and everybody who was around Diddy. Where all these people at? Where they all at? Where all the artists and all the people that was around Diddy came to the party for the photos? Think about this. Everybody that was at the Diddy parties, everybody that was in the photos, everybody that was in the music video, everybody that was lined up with him, where all them people was at during the trial when the beef was cooking. I ain't even saying they had to get up on the stand and support it. I'm talking about niggas ain't even get their ass up and go to the trial. And y'all talking about celebrity. Bro, you had more niggas on YouTube that was taking up for Diddy than actual people that was with Diddy all the time. It shows y'all, bro. It shows y'all, man. And they even had Diddy on that phone call with Kanye West, talking about how everybody turned on him. He said that. I told y'all this. But then are we supposed to come out here and take up for all these celebrities when they don't even stand for each other? One dude said, hey, man, I don't know that dude, man. We wasn't cool like that. Are you crazy? We seen y'all together in the photos for 20 years. Dude smacking you on the ass, everything. We saw this. Now y'all ain't cool? Y'all ain't cool? I'm just saying, think about what I just said to y'all. But we supposed to go out our way, use our whole networks, and these the same people that won't even come give black content creators interviews and shit like that. They'll ghost black content creators, all this other shit. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you. Do you think that the dude that wear the oversized overalls and the big shirts, do you think Diddy's ever gonna give him an interview for all the capping he been doing? I don't even think that he is a bad brother at heart. I think he confused. Do y'all really think that? I'm asking y'all that. Do y'all really think he gonna go out his way and he gonna pull up and go give all these people who's on YouTube capping for this nigga interviews? Think about what I just said. See? And this is what it is. I'm telling y'all this, bro. Them people, everybody got ghosts. And then let's talk about how y'all think that them phone calls we didn't hear went down. We already heard other phone calls in different situations. People that we never thought that we talking about other people like that. We was like, what? That's your man's though. And you sit back listening like, damn, bro. Like this shit ain't real at all, my nigga. And I went back and shout out to Pluto Future. I went back and listened to his song again. And I looked at those lyrics. We don't trust you. And put on the screen. Crazy lyrics. Crazy lyrics. And I want y'all to look at this real quick because I want y'all to see some of these lyrics. It just blow you away. And damn, Future made that shit. And we heard everything that went down. Matter of fact, let's go to the second. Right? Let me put this on the screen. I mean, bro, you got to see this. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? But then when you listen to, you know, tapes and stuff like that, recordings and stuff, and then you go back and you listen to these lyrics, like, damn, dog, that shit hit different. So if you ever listen to the song "We Don't Trust You," look at the lyrics right there. Just put on the screen. You a ninja #1 fan, dog. Sleep dissing. I don't understand, dog. Pillow talking, acting like a fed, dog. I don't need another fake friend, dog. Can't be by the cause we sharing, dog. In your feelings while you playing, dog. Give her back shots while she laying down. Keep the Glock cock. I don't trust her. Going for the gusto like a real dog, not a mud hole. Get the low, you a John Doe. Bubble eye bends on a reppin' so pretend you a 9-figure nigga tag a toe. Ain't no tapping in, better blow. Shorty popping, buddy blessed. Flash a couple M's on my chest. Ain't no sabotaging, little finesse. We was in the field placing bets. Still getting chills in my flesh. Talking karma turning to success. Thoroughbred in Pluto, nothing less. 20 drivers parked at the jet. Whip the Phantom to the projects. Just before the signing, no. Man, y'all dudes crazy. And before Dolph died, what he said in his raps? He said he ain't say a lie. He said everybody screaming gang, gang, gang. Them folks come get you, they gonna tell on the whole gang. He wasn't lying. But these are the people we supposed to come out here and cap and take up for us. I mean, come on, man. You gotta show me. I got to see they silence he went through. You got this. I'm telling y'all this, man. Crazy work, man. And you heard Diddy just on that call with Kanye West talking about how everybody had turned on him. Nobody want to deal with him no more, man. That's crazy work, man. Everybody turned on Puff. Think about it. And then the few chicks that wrote letters, they all have some type of financial link to them. You know? Me personally, I hope Diddy changed his life. I hope he learned from his mistakes, man. You know, I do believe in forgiveness. Cause ain't no man, woman, or boy or girl on this earth that's perfect, but he gotta do his time though. You know what I'm saying? You know, ain't nobody on this earth perfect. So y'all gotta understand that, man. You know, everybody in here, you know, some way, shape, or form in your life, you might have made mistakes, you might have been doing it, but you know, it's just that with Diddy, man, the diabolical nature of his shit is so crazy. It's just like, man, you got people taking up for this stuff. It's like, where is our morality gone in society? To where we see a sister getting her ass beat, and as men, we supposed to stand on that. And at least be like, hey, bro, man, come on, dog, what you doing, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? You tripping, nigga. And I told y'all, it's so diabolical because when you have all the money, you're in the position of power. You're the one who can tell people to get from around you. Hey, look, leave. You should not. It shouldn't no rich nigga ever have to. Shouldn't nobody ever have to put their hands on a woman, or no woman have to put their hands on no man. But shouldn't no rich nigga who can get any woman he want pretty much have to ever, bro? Let me tell you something. If a chick, if you're a multi-millionaire, you damn near a billionaire, and a chick don't want to be with you, bro, I ain't finna argue with your ass. Just leave. We ain't got nothing else to talk about. It's cool, no problem. I already told y'all what it is. I just went and got me a thicker shorty. I ain't got to argue with you. You okay, you say I ain't shit. I'm a bitch. You don't want to F with me. Blah, say blah. Okay, cool, no problem. Go ahead and leave. We ain't got no beef. It's all gravy. I accept that. Just leave. But don't hit me up on the ground when you see me with a super bad chick. Don't hit me up no more. I don't want to hear nothing else from you. Just leave. That's how you handle it. Like a real G wouldn't even, bro, you ain't gotta play no games, man. Chick ain't, she not rolling with you and stuff like that, bro. I ain't got time for it, bro. I really don't think y'all know how I move in life, man. When I was young, y'all, I had one chick that really made me, that I really cared about this chick. So I was messed up when we broke up. But after her, man, I caught my senses. I was like, look, man, it ain't even fit to go the distance. Like, if you're not finna respect me in every which way and me respect you, like, if we can't have a conversation and you gonna say something crazy to me, like we're not finna do that. It's gonna be lines of respect. If we can't, I just go get another shorty. Yeah, I mean, ain't gonna take me. You know what I'm saying? Ladies love me. I'm on my cool J. Like that. Somebody ain't gonna finna be arguing with you. We ain't even finna get to know. It's not even finna get to know domestic violence. you finna see me with a super bad junk. The next time you see me, You're going to see me with a super bad joint. That's going to make you even madder. That you was with a top of the line nigga. And you was playing games. And now when you see me with a super bad. I'm talking about super bad joint. I'm talking about that's thick in the waist, beautiful in the face, and she's not a disgrace. Pete, what I just said. She can be a freak in the sheets, but she gonna be a lady in them streets. Simple as that. We ain't gotta have no more conversations. I'm telling you, man, I get right to it. I get right on to it, man. Pick the joint up like this. You know what I'm saying? I pick that joint up, man. Put that joint in the goddamn. You know what I'm saying? Pick my joint up, carry her around the house. She like, Ticket, why you playing like that? Boom. Tell your ex, you missing out on this good loving. I don't know what's wrong with you. Now you walking around here chasing behind that dusty ass nigga. Don't even give a shit about you. That's you. That's what you want. That's what your life. That's what you wanted your life direction to be. I'm not even fitting to argue with you. Period. That's why if I was that dude with Sha'Carri Richardson and we was at the airport and she started hitting me and capping on me like that, bro, I'm walking straight to the airport. I don't give a damn. We got to fight now. I'm walking straight out the goddamn airport. I don't give a damn if she get arrested with her. She's going to put her hands on me and try and disrespect me, throw me under the bus, bro. I'm walking straight. I'm getting my bag, walking straight out the goddamn airport. She ain't going to hear from me again. I'm straight up. The only time she going to see me is when, you know what I'm saying? The popo coming with me to get my shit so she can't say I did something crazy to her while I was getting my stuff. That's the only time she gonna see me ever again. Or if she's in my house, they gonna come when she come to get her stuff, so it ain't no conflict of interest. I'm just telling you what it is. It's too many beautiful women around this world to be playing games with, for these fellas to be out here putting their hands on chicks. I'm sorry, bro. It's too many beautiful women out here that will treat you in a beautiful way. Ain't no chick gonna be able to get me in that mode. Well, I'm finna just spaz out, snap, and go crazy, man. It ain't even that serious to me at that point. Cause you taking the fun out of life. The fun ain't me sitting up here arguing with you all the time. I like to have fun in my time. I like to go do things with you and have fun. I'm not with you be sitting up here arguing with you all day. And some people, they be getting to it like that stuff, like to go into physical and all the rest. I'm telling y'all right now, I see a ratchet chick, bro. I'm telling you right now, she coming in with all that cussing, man. I'm like, hey, look, baby, yeah, I'm gonna holler at you. We good. Soon as she come doing all that cussing, I'm not with it, bro. Straight up. Telling y'all what it is. And a lot of y'all didn't need to start moving. And ladies, the same thing with niggas. Soon as nigga show y'all a sign, this nigga ready to do something. Bro, it's time to crack and leave. I don't give a damn what this nigga got. Once he start calling you a stinking bee and all this other stuff, okay, cool. I'm holler. Straight up. Y'all be letting all the signs go past y'all sometimes. Broke ass nigga using your car all the time. Asking you for $20 all the time. At home playing the PlayStation all the time. Basically living off you. But you telling your girlfriend, girl, he's so fine, no girl. I can't lose that nigga. And then you got the fellas. Some of y'all niggas like these old ratchet ass chicks that'll just talk crazy and say, man, I ain't got time for that shit, bro. I'll tell y'all right now, that shit turned me. I don't give a damn how good you look. You come here talking that ratchet ass crazy shit, bro. I ain't got no time for you. Holla. We not even getting beside this. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling y'all this right now. We not even getting to this. This not even gonna get to that point. I had chick like that before. Why you ain't write me back? Because you crazy as hell. I could tell by the mannerisms and stuff, man. You just come looking extra aggressive and all that crazy stuff. I ain't with it. I'm sorry. I'm living in peace. That's a fact. And that's a way that you keep yourself out of trouble. See what I'm saying? You keep yourself out of conflict. You keep yourself out of prison. Right? It is what it is. You know? And it gives you less stress. A lot of y'all stress yourselves out because y'all act like it ain't nothing else for y'all in the world. Oh, I got to be with this person. Oh, my life is over. Well, then you devaluing yourself. If that's how you feel, if you feel that you stuck with this one person and that you can't succeed in life, you have devalued yourself, and you ain't as good as you think you is. Then let me say it again: you're not as good as you think you are. Straight up. Cause see, I'm telling you right now, I know I'm the shit. If a girl say something crazy to me, bro, I had another girl in 2 weeks, less than that. We going on a date. Shit, I had this shit. I call tomorrow, nigga. So we ain't got to do the arguing, none of that. I'm living in peace. And a lot of y'all wouldn't understand that this put a lot more years on your life. Because stress takes a lot of years off people's lives. When you living with stress, dealing with stress every single day. A lot of y'all doing that. Y'all living with stress every day. You get up, stress. I'm talking about from the time you get up in the morning, before you even go to work. It's some slick ass talking and some just disrespectful talk going back and forth before you even go to work. Then you get to work. You get to work, you mad that you even got to go to work. Then you get off work, you get back home, and then look. Excuse me, sir, don't come in my house talking about some stop with the Trump stuff, man. Get off your knees, brother. I told you, over here, we don't play no games, bro. There ain't no picks and chooses over here, man. The hell is wrong with you, bro? So Donald Trump just came to the party for the photos? Show off my new outfit and show off my new chick? Is that all you saying? Stop with the Trump stuff, man. There's no connection with Epstein. I see a picture of him and Epstein together right now. What you mean there's no connection? Janet Jackass? Well, what do you mean there's no connection? See, you guys, bro, you don't even follow politics, bro. You shut your bitch ass up. See, that's the thing you don't even know about me, you dumb son of a bitch. I had a politics channel before I even had this channel. You damn fool. You an idiot, boy. This fool says, bro, you don't even follow politics. Are you an idiot, boy? This boy gonna come on here and tell me I didn't even follow politics, and I had a political channel almost 12 years ago, before I even had this channel. What the hell is this dude talking about? I told y'all this all the time. This is what made me not ever want to vote, is when I was into politics, because I seen both sides was greasy. I never trusted or respected both sides. And I told y'all, I used to watch every single show. I would literally get home from basketball practice and I would be up, because we was on different time zones. I'd be up all night just watching the political shows. From the Chris Matthews show, to the Hannity and Combs show, to the the O'Reilly Factor, Morning Joe. You want me to keep cooking, nigga? You gonna tell me I went in the... You a damn fool. I used to come... Let me tell you something about myself, dog. I'm finna stir fry you real quick, bro. Just because, see, you think because I make these type of videos that I don't know nothing else. You niggas is dumb and trying to put niggas in a box and y'all really don't know. Let me tell you something, dog. Don't you know that I used to do videos stir frying Herman Cain all the time. Mr. 999 playing. Now, he's passed away a few years ago. Years ago, he passed away. But Herman Cain, Mr. 999, remember when he was in the lead in the Republican primaries? Until all them ladies came out and fired his ass up. And the one girl said that Herman Cain was buying her groceries and stuff like that. The one white girl came out and said he was buying her groceries, and the other one came out saying that the dude pulled out his Johnson in the whip. And Herman came out talking about it was all lies. You remember that? You want me to keep stir frying? Don't make me do it, dog. Because I can really stir fry your ass. Or I used to just always, and I tell y'all what I used to do. I was diabolical, nigga. I used to always watch the Young Turks, even before the Young Turks became big, when they were still like, I think they was around 200,000, 150,000, 200,000 YouTube subscribers. This was back when Shink and all of them had when they first had the channel, him and Anna and them. See, how would I know all this if I wasn't into politics, you idiot? I used to watch that, and I used to watch that just to laugh at Sarah Palin. They used to do clips destroying Sarah Palin all the time for all the gaffes she had. And I used to watch that just to watch them stir fry her all the time. I used to watch Sean Hannity sit up there and talk about Barack Obama every single day and then push that whole birther thing. I used to watch it. I used to watch how they used to have the Body Ventura go over there on Fox, and he would stir fry them people over there on Fox. Don't play this game with me, dog. I was deep into politics, which is why I never voted. Because I never trusted either side. I never liked either side. Right? I just thought that they were all full of shit. That's just how I felt. Yeah, Jesse the Body Ventura, he had flirted with running for a few times, but he never really did. But I used to watch all those shows. I even used to listen to Rush Limbaugh on the radio. Rush Limbaugh used to come on the radio. I would listen to Rush Limbaugh on the radio, talk all his, I would listen to all that all the time. So these people, you guys don't even know things about certain people. I give you history that only people who was doing that and watching that stuff would know. I can still go back today and type in TYT and Sarah Palin and just laugh at all the funny videos they did about her over the years. Right? When her and John McCain were running together. Right? So all of these different things, man, you can come in here and tell me something and you don't even know what the hell you talking about. This is what happens when you don't really know people. You just come in here just saying stuff, right? Then Sarah Palin got exposed. She went up there talking all this high and mighty shit and found out her daughter was out here doing the do. Daughter don't got pregnant and did all this other stuff. She preaching one thing, the family living another thing. Then she had all those other scandals going on in Alaska and stuff like that. Bro, I remember all this stuff like it was yesterday. I couldn't wait to get home from practice. I used to go back to my apartment from practice every day and wait to watch all the shows on both sides. What was the name of the show? Hardball with Chris Matthews, something like that. Then I would watch Hannity and Combs. I would watch how Sean Hannity tried to downplay Alan Combs. I watched all those shows. It was crazy to watch. Fox and Friends, all that stuff. I used to watch both sides to see how they was. You literally had news channels going at each other. Think about that. You had news channels not giving the news, but really just going at each other. MSNBC, Fox going a hard body at each other. Rachel Matthews, Rachel, whatever her name is. I can't remember her name. I think it was Rachel Maddow. Rachel Maddow. Right? I used to watch all this stuff. I used to watch old boy that was cooking at night. He used to be stir frying he look like a geezer. I forget his name. What's the white dude name, man? That was on MSNBC. He used to come on late night. O'Donnell, I think. I can't remember his name. His name was O'Donnell. I forgot. He used to come on be cooking Donald Trump. Right? But then I watched how Fox News and all of them was cooking Obama. Right? So yeah, don't come in here. Don't ever try and put somebody in a box when you don't know that person, bro. You just talking, bro. Yeah, Chris O'Donnell was his name. Yeah, bro. Chris O'Donnell be over that joint cooking. He be slow cooking. You know what I mean? I don't agree with everything he say, but you know he gonna push his own side. But this is how it was going on. And then Sean Hannity would come up there. Sean Hannity would have his whole show ready to go. It was hilarious. I used to watch. I don't know if y'all used to watch when Shabazz Muhammad used to go in that joint against Sean Hannity. Y'all Google that on YouTube. That was the funniest episodes ever. When Shabazz, when he would have Shabazz Muhammad up there, bro, I died laughing with Sean Hannity. He called Sean Hannity a devil. He called Sean Hannity a devil, man. Do y'all remember when Shabazz went up there? Shabazz went up there stir-frying him. Shabazz told him, Shabazz said, man, the minister would never talk to you. he told Sean, he told Sean, oh, Sean Hannity used to go on there repeating every single thing he had bad to say about the minister, right? Sean Hannity had all his talking points ready. Man, this dude, man, bro, that shit was hilarious, man. That dude would go in there and say, man, he called Sean Hannity a devil, bro. I died laughing. Oh my God, bro. It's still on YouTube right now. All you gotta do is go look it up. Sean Hannity and Shabazz Muhammad. That's all you gotta do is go look it up. It's on there. Bro, that shit was crazy back then. Crazy. You know? So yeah, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. And I used to watch it when Megyn Kelly and them was younger. Like when Megyn Kelly was in her 30s. I used to watch it when all them, remember when they used to try to put all them little, they used to put all these white chicks over there and then have a couple black chicks over there and they have them all in like little skirts and stuff like that, showing their little legs and stuff. You already knew when Fox News was on. Fox News was going to get that viewership. They already knew what they was on. I peeped they did that. Fox News had all the little, them type janks. And then MSNBC had, like, they ain't really care. MSNBC ain't care about no eye candy, man. MSNBC was just putting them on. They're like, look, man, just get on here and just cook, man. You know what I mean? Fox was worried about that thing. Fox had them joints up there. Man. Y'all let me know what y'all think, though, man. So, yeah, I think the judge, we're going to look at between 8 and 20. That's what I think. I know I gave a big range. I don't think he's doing no less than 8. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Sentencing is on Friday. Salute to everybody that donated to the stream, too. If y'all want to donate, the link's pinned at the top of the chat. Appreciate all y'all. Gone. Hey, I really appreciate you guys for supporting the channel, supporting the network. Like, share, and subscribe once again. There are links. Get the free membership on our website. That way you guys won't miss any of our news update stories or videos. They're all on the website, ticketvmedia.com. You go over there. You can go right to the members part and become a free member. That way you guys will get all the updates. Also, straight drop weight loss formula. Make sure y'all go tap in and copy some of that, as well as subscribing to our podcast show. Link will be pinned at the top of the chat down there below. And also, we just appreciate all y'all who support the channel. Cash App, PayPal.